Today I'm going to show you 7 reasons not to use AliExpress, and I guarantee it is going to shock you. What's up, I'm Jesse, and over the past 10 years I've been able to build an online empire that's generated over 100 million in sales. On this channel I'll be bringing you my best tips and tools to build your online business. I do videos on dropshipping, Amazon, eBay, and the best ways to make passive income. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. If you're a dropshipper considering using AliExpress, or if you're using AliExpress and looking for a better alternative, then this video is for you. I'm sharing my top 7 reasons why I don't use AliExpress and why you should think twice before using them too. At the end of the video, I'll reveal the best alternative to AliExpress and why it's going to crush AliExpress in the next few years. It's going to shock you. Typical AliExpress sellers are either manufacturers or distributors in China that sell products to anyone to buy online. This is why a lot of you see some of their stuff on there for so much cheaper than you can find it anywhere in America. I'm going to tell you 7 of the most common issues with AliExpress and why I think you should try to stay away from it if your goal is to build a long-term sustainable dropshipping business. Some of these I covered in my video about why I don't use Shopify, so if you want to check that out, I will link it in the description. Number 1, shipping times. If you're dropshipping on AliExpress, then typically the items are coming from China even with the free e-packet delivery. The item can take up to 3 to 4 weeks to reach your customer. And because of this, it's not uncommon for AliExpress suppliers to have processing delays of 7 days or more. During that period, you will not have a tracking number, which means you are not going to have anything to show your customers to prove that their order is being processed and shipped. There's apps out there that try to mitigate this and provide automated customer service, but still people are used to getting their products in 2 to 3 days from Amazon, eBay, and Walmart. So if you're shipping to the USA, UK, or Canada, it is inevitable that you're going to have some issues with shipping times. Number 2, return. So in any business, you have to expect a 5 to 10% return rate on your products. If you're selling clothes, this could even jump to 20, even 30%. Remember, your items are coming from China, so where the heck are you going to return them? You have basically 3 options, and none of them are good. You can have your customer pay to return them to China, which eventually they're going to get ticked off at you for making them pay more than the item's worth to ship it to another country. Plus, they're going to have to stand in line at the post office, fill out complicated international paperwork that's going to take forever to do, and that is really going to irritate them. Secondly, you can just refund them and take the hit, causing a huge loss to your profits. Or third, you can have them return it to you, and then your garage is going to look like a warehouse, and you're just going to end up trashing it. Or you can even try to reship it to a new customer, which is super time consuming and not the hands-off drop shipping that you signed up for. So as you can see, this can become a huge burden and one of the main reasons why I stay away from AliExpress. Number 3, customer service. I'm talking about customer service with your customers and customer service with AliExpress. Let me tell you, dealing with companies in China is not easy. They conduct business completely different than we do in America. And it's almost next to impossible to get them to admit to a mistake or have them cover any losses due to a mistake. So this will be coming out of your pocket. When a customer wants to cancel or modify an order, there is nothing you can do about it because AliExpress just isn't set up that way. It's not customer service centered. It's a website where you buy, they ship, period. After the sale, service is non-existent and it's on you as the seller. Because of the long shipping time, the chances of a customer changing their order or having buyer's remorse is so much greater because the customer has more time to think about their purchase. And because you have no control over the fulfillment or the shipping, this is going to lead to a negative customer experience, which then leads to chargebacks and refunds. Number 4, product selection. There is over 14 million products to choose from on AliExpress. You would think product selection would be a positive thing. Well, yes and no. Yes, you do have a chance of finding a winning product, but when you do, expect it to be knocked off or have a ton of competition very quickly. AliExpress will promote that item higher because of all of your sales, which means other sellers will see it more often and become your competition. Quality is also something you really want to check out. Because the customer service that we just talked about after the sale, issues are going to be handled by you and only you. Don't expect any help from the seller on AliExpress. In order to try to mitigate this, you're going to have to order in a bunch of samples to verify the quality. But say the quality is great and you start selling it and everything checks out. Let's also say you stumbled across a winning product and managed to sell 100 of them in just a matter of days. You're all excited about your success and you can just see that new Lambo sitting in your driveway because, hey, it's working, right? Then the reality hits. You place those 100 orders from that supplier, they ship them all out, only to find out that every single one of your products malfunctioned or broke in the first week. What happened? You did everything right. You bought a sample and it was good. Then you find out after you message the seller on AliExpress that they were just the middleman in the first place and they found a different manufacturer to make the product. Either they wanted to save a few cents or the original manufacturer was out of stock. Whatever the reason, you just got screwed and now you're stuck refunding 100 customers or having a ton of chargebacks. This example happens all the time, which brings me to my next point. But first, if you're still with me, put in there, hey, I'm with you, Jesse, in the comments below. And seriously, congrats, because this shows you are serious about starting and growing your dropship business. You want to know the ins and outs, the positives and the negatives. And don't get discouraged. It's going to happen for you because you're paying attention to these tips and learning from someone who has paved the road for you and made all these mistakes before you have to. Now let's get to number 5. Damaged warranty items and legal issues. Pretty much, unless you're based in China, you have to warranty or replace your items. You are considered by law to be the responsible party if anything were to happen to that product or, God forbid, that product caused harm to someone. In the United States, Canada, and the UK, which accounts for the majority of your buyers, there are laws that protect the consumer from bad products. You need to be aware of this. You cannot sell an item and pass the buck to China. China will just throw it back in your face and tell you that you're responsible for the item you chose to sell. You will have customers that want a replacement because it broke, even if it was their fault. Don't be shady. Take responsibility for your business and the products you chose to sell because ultimately it does come back on you. Number 6, chargebacks. Nobody talks about chargebacks. This issue will kill your AliExpress business so fast. Because of the long shipping times, return issues, and buyer's remorse, you have a much higher chance of receiving chargebacks by shipping from China. So everyone uses ePacket as the shipping method for AliExpress because it's usually very cheap or free. And the item arrives in 10 to 14 days. Really, it's a lot longer, but just go with me here. ePacket shipments are not ship signature required. You're going to have customers that say they never got their package. This happens all the time, whether you're selling on eBay, Amazon, Etsy, wherever. People are going to say they didn't get their product. If you don't either refund them or ship a new item to them, they will open a chargeback because they will feel ripped off and taken advantage of. I mean, how would you feel after waiting 3 weeks for an item only to find out it was never delivered and then the seller is telling you there's nothing they can do? You're going to be pissed, but when you're the seller, you see things differently. You don't want to lose money or the buyer could be lying. Let me tell you, the buyer will win that chargeback every single time. Because of one thing, signature required. Remember, China does not ship e-packets with a signature, and because of this, the payment processor will side with the buyer every single time. Have enough of these and the payment processor will go up on your fees and eventually suspend your account. You're also not going to win faulty item claims either. The customer has ultimate power, which is why I teach my students how to have the best customer service. One more thing. There are companies on AliExpress that will take advantage of you and scam you out of your money. Just have a look at this screenshot taken from a poor Shopify victim. Unfortunately for her, this supplier loaded in 300 fake tracking numbers and she was left to refund 300 customers. It only takes one time and your business is gone. Number 7, payments. A major problem you are going to face when buying from AliExpress, especially if you're starting to sell a lot, is that PayPal and Stripe will take a strong dislike to your business. Dropshipping is a high-risk business for payment processors that accept credit cards on behalf of others. Because of this, you can expect them to block 50 to 90% of your cash flow for up to 180 days to ensure their customers receive the goods. How many of the gurus have told you that? If you don't believe me, check out the Shopify groups on Facebook. This is only a matter of time before it happens to you. So you better have a large overdraft limit or a large credit card balance because you're going to need it. You'll have to loan yourself money to fulfill your orders before the funds are released. So there you have it, the 7 reasons why I don't buy from AliExpress. Honestly, I don't need to buy from AliExpress to be successful, and neither do you. I've been able to grow a sustainable online dropshipping business by using local suppliers right here in the United States. And the best part is that it's 10 times easier than having to find products on AliExpress. So I recommend, if you really want to start your online dropshipping and really ready to get serious about it, I have a guide for you. A lot of you out there get so frustrated at this one thing, actually 2 things. Number 1, finding products to sell on Amazon and finding products to sell on eBay. That's the number 1 issue. Number 2 is finding suppliers. I know it's hard. It can seem overwhelming whenever you go online trying to figure out a dropship supplier, trying to figure out if you can make money, if their prices are good, if you can compete. There's a lot of issues that go into finding suppliers. I know it. I've been there. I've been doing this for 10 years, but I'm telling you, I can find a dropship supplier in 10 minutes, 5 minutes really. I've made a guide for you that I'll link it below in the description that will help you on this process. It is not that hard. Some of you out there may get overwhelmed at talking to suppliers. Some of you just don't know where to start. Start there, and you'll see how easy it is to get started. It's not hard. Don't overthink it. But start doing one thing at a time. Start contacting one supplier at a time, and before you know it, you'll be making a lot of money drop shipping. It only takes one good supplier to really shoot and catapult your business to success. Trust me, I know. I only have a few suppliers that I work with on a daily basis for over 10 years, and it only takes one. And you can do this. Don't get discouraged. I was just like you. I was sitting behind the computer screen, watching YouTube, trying to figure out how to make money online. But I'm telling you, you can do this. You don't have to be stuck where you're at. Continue watching my videos and continue learning and go on Facebook. I have a free Dropship OG Facebook mastermind group that I'll link it below in the description. Go join it, learn. There's so many different ways to dropship, so many different things to sell, that there's so many methods that people use to make money online. Find what works for you. You know, if Amazon works for you, use it. If eBay works for you, do it. If Shopify is your thing, do it. Do what works for you. This video was about AliExpress, why I don't use AliExpress. A lot of people do use AliExpress and are successful with it. I don't see how, but they are. Find what works for you and do it. Start today. Don't put it off until tomorrow. Start today. Because if you keep putting it off, you're never going to do anything. And then 5 years later, you're going to look back and you're going to say, oh, if I would have started 5 years ago, I could have been this far ahead. Don't do that to yourself. Start today. You do have the tools to do it. You do have the mindset to do it. Now, I promised I would share my favorite alternative to AliExpress, and I guarantee that you're not going to believe it. When I first stumbled across this a few months ago, I was like, what, seriously? This is happening? If you're looking for products that are similar to what you'll find on AliExpress and you want to sell on Shopify, you want to sell on Amazon, then you need to check out eBay. Wait. What? Yes, eBay. Seriously, eBay. Check it out for yourself. The Chinese have wised up to the fact that if they stock their hot-selling products in a California warehouse, that they can sell a ton more than dropshipping from China. The best part are the prices are not much different from AliExpress. It's not good news for the people on eBay wanting to buy from AliExpress, but for the guys who are selling on Amazon and Shopify who are wanting to source from AliExpress, you don't have to anymore. Just buy from eBay. You get all the benefits of fast shipping, returning to the seller, and having great customer service. Because eBay will not let them sell if they don't provide that. I spoke to one of my eBay contacts and he said that yes, eBay has been flying to China for the past few months, actively seeking out suppliers to stock in the United States. This tells me eBay is positioning themselves to be the next AliExpress. So if you have a Shopify store or an Amazon store and want some great items, eBay is your answer. If you want to automate the listing process, check out Dropify.com. I will link it below in the description. Dropify will auto-import eBay listings to your Shopify store, saving you a ton of time. So if you're serious about growing your store, check them out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped you so much, and if you enjoyed this, then hit the like button below. Share this video with someone who you think might benefit, and as always, thank you so much for dropping by.